Hi everybody, I'm Jessica, the life coach with Endless Possibilities Life Coaching Services, and I'm so excited today because I have Kendrick Thomas here. He is a social media guru that helps me with all sorts of little tips and fantastic insights. So today we're going to be talking about 5 tips for success when it comes to business in the social media way. So thank you, Kendrick, so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here and
Absolutely.
chat with you and chat with everyone out there.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with your expertise.
Okay.
So what tips would you like to share with us?
So today we're going to talk about 5 tips for social media. The first one is why social media. It is very important, I think, that you have some kind of social media presence now, because I've noticed that when people are curious about your business, they're not going to look you up on the internet first. They're not going to go to the Yellow Pages, because who's posting Yellow Pages anymore?
Right.
They're probably going to turn to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. They're going to look at some kind of social media platform and try to find your services. So if they can't find you, or they don't know how to find you on those because maybe you're hidden in there, they're not going to be able to find your resources. They're not going to be able to find your items, your services, whatever it is you're offering. So they're going to be lost, and then chances are they're going to turn to probably a competitor or go somewhere else.
Very good point. Very good point. So what can you do to kind of break out of the noise? When I say noise, there's just so much out there with social media. So I know within life coaching, there's a lot of competitive businesses that you could turn to. So what could I do, or what could other businesses do to kind of set themselves apart?
The best thing would be to be active. Just
Okay.
actually be on social media, do something. You don't have to break the mold. You don't have to go out there and today create a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok and just feel so much pressure. Stay in your comfort zone at first. Figure out what works for you and just put it out there. Be yourself, be real. People will turn to that, because really when it comes down to it, people are not coming to you because they need an item or a service. They're coming to you because of you. They're purchasing from you. They're having a relationship with you. And if you foster those relationships, they'll come back to you. If they can find you, they'll come back to you. If you're present, they'll come back to you. So as long as you're present on these social media platforms, doing something, engaging, you're going to set yourself up for success.
I love that, because I really like that concept, because social media can be intimidating, and I know as a private business owner there are so many other tasks to do, and I do enjoy the social media platform and aspect, especially when I can get creative and be authentic in it, but at times it can feel like a task and overwhelming. So I love the fact of what you just explained. It's almost like making it a relationship, an extension of yourself to relate to your audience, both current and potential new clients and customers.
Exactly, yeah. And then I think that's a big thing. You don't want to neglect your current clients.
No, right.
Everyone's always looking for that new client, but it's your current clients that are going to come back, your current visitors that are going to keep coming back to you for your services, for your items, whatever it may be, and they're going to turn to you. Plus, they're going to be there for you, and on the other side, when you need something, they're going to help you when things are tough. So it's always good to foster those relationships with your current people.
Right, and give them then content that they can find supportive and relevant too.
Correct.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a fantastic kickoff to the start of tips. So what about the second tip?
So second tip is you got to find the best time to post. Personally, when I'm posting on my personal page, I've noticed that 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. work best for me.
Okay.
Because people are getting to work and they're getting their phones out. They don't want to do their task at work yet, so they start scrolling. And then just before bed, they put the kids to sleep. They're winding down after dinner, whatever it may be. They get back on their phone and they scroll a little. So I found that my posts seem to get more traction at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m.
Okay.
But you need to play with that and find what works best for your business. Obviously, if you do something like you're a lunch spot,
right,
you're going to want to post your lunch special probably about 10:30. I've seen some people that post it at 12. Well, by then, we've already made our decision where we're going to lunch. So if I post it at 10, Jessica and I, where do you want to go to lunch? Let's get online and look real fast, and we see someone posting about a soup of the day or whatever.
Right.
So then we're like, that draws us in. So you have to figure out what's going to be the best time for you to post. There's a lot of people out there that you can follow these blogs and they'll say 2 a.m. I don't know who's up at 2 a.m. posting.
Well, and I will say, like, for the kind of work that I do as a life coach, if somebody saw I was always up at 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning posting, it might be a little like alarming to my health habits as far as sleep and things of that nature. So yes, I mean that too could be.
Yeah. So play with your times that you post. This is not written in stone. You know,
Right.
kind of figure out what works best for you. 8 a.m. might be great, depending on the type of field you're in. Start posting at 8. If you see that you're not getting the traction at 8, adjust it. Maybe post a little bit earlier. Maybe post a little bit later. Figure out what works best with you, and then the best thing is to stay consistent.
Right.
Because if people come to you and they know that every morning you're going to post something at 8 a.m. giving some kind of tip, they're going to turn to that on Monday morning, and if you're not there at 8, you're gonna let them down. They're going to be kind of upset.
Right, absolutely. And I know that as just a consumer of social media myself. I mean, there are certain people that I follow or pay attention to, and it is like they become a part of my routine and a part of what either lifts me up or gives me, kind of frame of reference or education in a different field. So absolutely.
Yeah.
So thinking about that, because trying, again, private business owner, and it's like, well, before I get into work is usually a better time for me to post, but the traction isn't always what I like. So then I thought the value of scheduling your posts, right? Which on most business platforms, at least, you do have that availability.
Most platforms, yes, you do have the availability to post at certain times or schedule a post. There's also some other ones out there that can make it a little bit easier, that you can schedule your post for a week, a month out, and you can make it hit all your platforms. Those are great tools. They usually cost a little bit of money. So I would say once you've figured out what you want to do, try not to spend as much money until you get it down to an art. Then maybe look into some of these things that cost a little bit of money. And it's a little bit of money. It's not like $100. So, but every dollar counts when you're a small business owner. So try to do the free things first. Most of the social media platforms, as Jessica said, have some kind of scheduling on there, so you can make it work for you. The only downside about scheduling stuff is you got to be mindful of what's going on in the world.
Okay. Right.
It's
so
kind of hard.
There's some current event type of thing. Okay.
So that's kind of, you just got to be mindful of that kind of thing. Just because if you're posting something happy-go-lucky, cheery, and then there was just some kind of tragedy, just kind of be understanding of that and just be flexible with it. So that's kind of the downside. But hopefully, knock on wood, brick, whatever. We don't have too many bad things going on. So
And do can you always go and say something tragic or time sensitive like that happened? Can you go undo a post that you've scheduled?
Yeah, you can undo a post.
Okay.
And if it somehow gets out there, there's no harm in deleting it or removing it. Not to make this a somber conversation, but we want to make your business in the best light, and people don't want to turn to you and think that you're insensitive to what's going on.
Absolutely. So that's a very valid point. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. There was a lot more meat in that than I expected. Okay, so what's the third tip?
Third tip is going to be like, comment, share. Like, comment, share.
Okay.
So if somebody comments on your business post, if they comment underneath, like it. Comment on it. Maybe share something about them or about their business. Work with each other. So if Jessica's working with people, she's in a building here with several other businesses. They, I'm assuming, have probably a good working relationship. Something's going on with her business. She might reach out to someone in this building. Hey, would you mind sharing? I'm doing an event. If you do, I'll share yours. Kind of build that community. Get you outside of this algorithm that the social media only wants to show you certain things.
Yes.
So when you're engaging with the people that are commenting or liking on your posts, it's going to break the algorithm. If you like their comment, if you comment on their comment, it makes your stuff appear more to them. If someone just likes your page or just likes your post, I would shoot them a little message saying, hey Jessica, thanks so much for liking my recent post. And maybe it was about your life coaching skills, or we're doing some kind of Mindset Monday thing. I see you like my post about Mindset Monday. What interested you in that post? So now you're fostering a relationship and getting a conversation going. If they don't respond, sometimes that sucks, it hurts when people don't, when you get ghosted. But at least it opens the door and that person now sees, hey, she's actually paying attention, or that person's paying attention to the post. So.
Absolutely, and again, that idea of relationship in social media, it's not just a platform, because that's a lot of what the marketing kind of avenues discuss is your platform, which has a lot of validity. And you need to know your platform and know how to use your platform, but beyond that, it's really the engagement, and the platform doesn't produce engagement, it's the relationship you foster.
Exactly.
So I love that.
Yeah, and there's most of the social media platforms will allow you to boost or buy an ad, and you can do that once you get down into this a little bit more. But again, going out the gate, save your money.
I love that idea.
Save your money, use it elsewhere. Just do these simple things. You make your post. If someone comments on it, like that comment back. Thanks for the comment. I appreciate it. What more? Or maybe start a dialogue with them in that comment box. What more things would you like to see? If you're doing like a boutique store,
right?
And you posted something about fall fashion. What's your favorite colors?
Right. Fun, engaging, lighthearted questions that actually I noticed do pick up a lot of traction, just in the social media feeds that I have and follow. I think people just kind of like the break sometimes. We're all heavy thinkers nowadays, it seems, with a lot on our minds. So lightheartedness too.
Yeah, and people turn to social media. I know it's become kind of a negative world lately with all the things going on, but people still do turn to social media as a break from what's happening in their reality. So a lot of times, even though there is a lot of chatter out there in the different groups and the spheres, they kind of just want to see people having a good time and dancing, and they want to see like good things happening with your business, because you have to hope or think that there is still good in the world, and people still want all the goodness out there. So foster that, encourage that, and put more of that out there, because then more of that comes into you. So
I love that idea. I love that. Okay, so what about the fourth tip? What's the other things we can do for success?
So you want to stay on brand. And
okay.
When I say brand, let's say you have your life coaching business. So you could just post about life coaching, but then that doesn't let people get to know you.
Right.
Because like I said earlier, people aren't just coming to you for the life coaching, they're coming to you because of the relationship they're going to foster with you.
Right.
If you have a coffee shop downtown, there's tons of coffee shops out there.
Yes.
What sets yours different? People know they can go to the one on the corner, but why are they going to come to you? They want to build that relationship with you.
Right.
So your first brand is coffee. Obviously, that's what you do. You're doing your coffee stuff. But also, are you a family person?
Right.
Post about your family or comments about your family. You don't have to post your pictures of your kids if you don't want to. But maybe like some of the struggles you have.
Okay.
Obviously a coffee shop opens early.
Right.
So maybe you say, it's really hard waking up and getting into the coffee shop at 5 a.m., getting the kids out the door for school. Does anyone else struggle with that? It's not necessarily about your coffee, but it's building a relationship with people, and they see, hey, I'm just like that. I wake up in the morning and I can't get out the door. I can't get the kids to school. So that turns them to you, because they can go to these big name chains. They can walk and get their drink and leave. But they really want that engagement. They really want to relate to somebody that they can see themselves in.
Right, the camaraderie, that it's not just an independent struggle. You're not, and a lot of people think, well, I'm failing then. Like if I can't get it together and hold it together, and often many social media platforms really do highlight kind of the picturesque of everybody's life, which is fantastic, but that's not the reality to really any of them, I think. So you're saying kind of be a little more authentic and real.
Be yourself, be on brand. So if you're a religious person, maybe you tie that into your thing. If you're about community, if you do community service projects, put that in there, because people will see, hey, this person's giving back to the community, let me go support them. The best thing I can tell you when you're trying to figure out your brand, because some people are probably like, I don't know what to do.
Right. Brand is kind of an intimidating thing, especially when you have like so many hopes and dreams and visions for your own self and business.
What I would say is, let's not call it a brand, let's call it a niche.
Okay.
Write down as many niches, things that you enjoy doing. If you like running, if you like biking, if you like swimming, if you like traveling, write down all those things. Make a huge list of everything you enjoy doing. Cross off anything that you couldn't have a 5 to 10 minute conversation about.
Oh, I love that.
If you can't have a 5 to 10 minute conversation about it, it's not your niche, it's not your brand.
Okay.
That will whittle it down to 3, 5, maybe 10 things, and that now is your brand. That's topics you can post about when you're not posting about your coffee or your mentoring or the clothes that are coming in for your boutique, whatever it may be. That gives you more, because people want to, like I said, want to get to know you. They want to support you. So then in turn, they learn more about you, and then you will learn more about your customers too.
Right, okay. And then you've got another opportunity for engagement. Because I know for me, one of the things I struggle with in my own social media platform, which is why I reached Kendrick, who's the guru here, is, I'm a very professional businesswoman, so I want to have a very professional kind of, you know, placement out there. However, when I do work with clients, it is very personally engaged. I am very personally invested. You know, I go above and beyond a lot of professionals in my field. So I think that might be where I'm missing some of the mark, is bringing in some of that, you know, I don't, because everything is in confidentiality, I can't personalize my individual stories with my clients, but maybe personalizing me then.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's, you know, there's these big box stores, these box
Right.
chains, you know, there's tons of corporate things out there. Everyone can turn to those, and, you know, sometimes they will, you know, it hurts, but
Right.
I think for the most part, people want to turn to someone they know, someone that's in their
Right.
community. You know, if there's that option, I feel like a lot of people want to support it, and if they know about you and what you offer and who you are as a person, they're more likely to come and see you and be part of you and help you with your success.
Okay, so with that, is there, and I think this might get into maybe algorithms or not, but maybe the personal algorithm as a business, do you have concepts or tips for posting? Like, how much do you do from the professional, this is my brand of like what I'm, you know, serving, providing, selling, versus this is me?
Yeah.
Is there kind of a...
It goes back and forth. Obviously, you wanna make sure, because on your business page, you wanna make sure you're featuring your business, because
Right.
really that's what it is. But, you know, give a little insight maybe of what's going on in your life every couple days,
Oh,
every
okay.
so often. You know, so every post isn't, you know, okay, she's mentoring
Right.
on Tuesday, she's mentoring on Wednesday. Maybe Monday, you're walking in the office. I'm so excited to be in the office. I get to help people. I'm gonna get to talk to people today.
Right.
That kind of thing. If it's a coffee shop, you know, we're all dragging after the weekend. So Monday morning, maybe post something about that and say, I'm dragging too. What about you? Engage them, get them in. Tuesday, maybe it's a new feature you're gonna start offering here at your Endless Possibilities.
Right.
If it's a coffee shop, maybe you're working on a new drink coming up. I mean, it is.
Oh, in the holidays, all the
Yeah.
seasonal flavors are
It's all,
coming out.
everyone's loving that pumpkin spice
Oh
latte.
my gosh, yes.
I'm personally an apple person, but
Oh, see,
but-
now I'm the pumpkin gal.
but post about that stuff. So you want to have a
Right.
good mixture. It's going to be a kind of fluid. Like
Right.
I said earlier about the times, you got to figure out what works best for you.
Right.
Don't get discouraged if you post something and it doesn't get 100, 300, 400 likes. If it only gets 20, keep at it. Because you're breaking that algorithm. You're getting yourself out there. The more you post, the more people will see you.
Right.
So we talked earlier about we help a local organization, a Rotary here
Yes.
in town,
Yes.
and we've come up with like a little social media calendar. That might be something great you can do out the gate. You know, I can't commit to 7 days of posting, but you know what?
Yes.
3 to 5 seems like something we can do. So I'm gonna post on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, maybe Saturday, whatever. And you put that on a
Right.
calendar and do it for a month and say I'm gonna be consistent. The
Because
big thing.
consistency is key in
Yeah,
life coaching
yeah.
and in social media.
So you're gonna be consistent. I'm gonna post every Monday at 8 a.m. And then after a month, if that didn't work,
Right.
we can retool it. But you can look back at it and you can see, and plus then it'll help you get a little bit more organized, because sometimes
Right.
that's scary, is when you're afraid of the content. What am I gonna post?
Right.
What am I gonna do? If you already have an idea, it doesn't make it as daunting. And then going back to the scheduling, once you have it, you can schedule it and you
Right. Now you've got a system. You
Yeah.
have a machine to your posting, which
Yeah.
from a business perspective is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that. So what I'm hearing that is just don't be afraid to explore.
Yeah.
Again, it's relationships. So sometimes what works in one area won't work in the other.
Exactly.
So, but plan it out, be
Mhm.
consistent with it for a time frame to really give it that chance to see, to
Yeah.
learn. Is that right for you?
Mhm.
If not, maybe it's time to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I think that's a good segue into our
Yes.
5th tip right here. I highly recommend following other brands
Okay.
or other companies out there that are in the same field as you are. You know, you're not going to steal their work, but what's working for them is going to work for you. You do not have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to make this a huge science project of what's going
That's
on.
a lesson for me, I have
Yeah.
to say, because I yes, I do. I feel like, no, to be authentic, you have to,
Mm-hmm.
find your own way and stuff, but very valid point. I mean, if it works, it works.
It works, yeah. If they're doing it and they're getting traction, if they're getting likes, and then on top of that, if they're getting sales, because
Right.
that's the turnaround factor. We can get as many likes as we want, but
Which
if they're
feels
not,
good,
yeah,
but
if it's not coming in the door, if we're not turning around into
Right.
sales or clients or reservations or memberships or
Right.
whatever it may be, whatever field you're in, it doesn't work. But for the most part, if other people are doing it, I'll take it like a gym.
Okay.
Look how many gyms there are
Right.
around,
Oh, just in our town,
Yeah.
there's got to be 5 or 6.
Yeah, if it's working for one, it's gonna work for you. Obviously, your brand's gonna be a little bit different, and you're gonna offer a little bit of different services, so you tailor it to what you do. But if someone's posting that they're 24 hours, and you happen to also be a 24-hour, that's not stealing their
Right,
idea. That just is
right.
the fact. Your business is 24 hours. So let's post about that. Because then people might say, well, you know what, there is another 24-hour option in town.
Right, so it doesn't have to just be this,
Yeah.
this corporate or this what your competition base is.
Yeah, so look at what's out there. What's working for other people is gonna work for you most likely, as long as you're being authentic to yourself, featuring yourself. I mean, don't steal their images.
Right.
Don't
No.
don't post their business. Make sure it's yours, but
Right.
make it about you. Make it about your business. Look at what they did and just reformat it or reformat
Right.
it to you.
I love that because that goes into something that I offer in my business and marketing coaching services is that market advantage. So that's what I hear there is gaining the market advantage within your own voice, your own niche.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Niche.
I always want to mispronounce that. But and knowing your brand, but really gaining the advantage in the market. So because there is so much noise out there, just everywhere, all the time and everything. So be consistent with your noise, but know what you're trying to say, right?
Exactly,
And
yes.
and gain the messaging through your platforms to really use it to your advantage.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I love this. I am so excited. I'm hoping that Kendrick and I can start doing this on a consistent basis with not only business tips, but also maybe some other life factors, because I know you're very passionate about doing good in both the community. So he's been a huge asset to our Rotary Club and the Rotary Club of Downtown DeLand, which I'm a member of, and Kendrick hopefully soon will be, as soon as membership opens.
She mentioned the word passion, and I think that's a key word right there. If you're passionate about what you do, it's gonna come through.
Right.
So all these tips we just gave you about why social media, when to post, that's all great. But if you're not passionate about that field, people are gonna know. So make sure you're in that field that you're passionate about, that you enjoy doing. And going to work's never fun sometimes. But
when you do like it,
when you do like your job or you enjoy what you're doing, it's gonna show. And having that is gonna make these 5 tips that we just gave you shine even brighter for you.
Yes, yes. I think that's a great way to end this segment because I think that's the hallmark of it. Passion and just the platform, the consistency, the relationship. It's really just expressing that passion. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed this. It was great. I hope you guys got something. I hope you got something. I took some from it too.
Oh, good. Good. All right. Thank you so much, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.